Hey guys, every December, I find myself looking back and it hits me, another year gone and I'm still in the same spot. The same goals that I was so desperate to achieve, the same promises that I made to myself and none of it happened. It's like life is passing by and I'm just watching it happen. Stuck on the sidelines and that sinking feeling of regret creeps in. And this is something that I feel every single night. And I can't help but ask, why can't I move forward? Maybe you felt it too. And maybe that's why you're watching this video. Year after year, I make the same resolutions with the same determination, only to find myself stuck in the same place. It's really exhausting. It's like running on a treadmill, but never going anywhere. And when you're in that place, feeling stuck and hopeless, it can even feel worse seeing the world around you moving forward. People achieving things that you've dreamed about. Social media just makes everything worse. Showing us the highlight reels of people's lives. New jobs, luxury cars, dream vacations, and success stories from 16-year-olds making more money than you've ever imagined. And deep down it hurts, not because we're jealous, but because we know that we're capable of more. We know that we have the potential to do great things in life, but we aren't just there yet. And that gap, that small distance is where we are and where we want to be, but it makes us feel so small. What we don't see is the struggle behind those achievements. Social media hides the failures and rejections and the late nights that it took these individuals to get there. It's essentially just an edited, filtered, and designed to look perfect, and we fall into it. But here's the thing, their journey isn't your journey. Comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's already edited highlight reel only steals your focus from what matters now, your own progress. When we stop comparing and focus on our own journey, we reclaim the time and energy we've been giving away. And that's when we can truly start to grow. The most important thing is reframing your mindset. The number one thing that holds people back is the belief that time is running out, that you have to achieve something by a certain age. And if you don't, you feel like a failure. But how you react to that feeling is what really matters. A concept that really stands out to me is the idea of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. A lot of us fall into the fixed mindset without even realizing it. And for example, you might believe that failure defines your limits or think that I'm either good at this or I'm not. Maybe you stick to what's comfortable because you're afraid of trying something new and failing again. But where real change happens and where we all need to aim is the growth mindset. A growth mindset teaches us to see failure as an opportunity to learn and view challenges as a way to grow, and to stay curious enough to try new things. Reclaiming the time that you've lost starts with shifting to this mindset. It means taking a real hard look at the past few months or years and asking yourself, what have I been doing? What hasn't been working? And write everything down. Look for patterns in your behavior. And, just write everything down. Were you procrastinating? Were you distracted? What it was. Take 10 minutes to sit down with a notebook and be honest and detailed as possible. This self-awareness is where transformation begins. And once you've analyzed those patterns, you can start holding yourself accountable and use these lessons you've learned to change things moving forward. Not just for the next 6 months, but for the years ahead. And I want you to remember this. You're not defined by your past. You're defined by what you do moving forward. And this is my favorite part, setting realistic goals. After looking at your past actions or inactions that have led to where you are today, setting realistic and attainable goals is very crucial. For years, I've always had a vision of what I wanted my life to look like. Whether that meant having a certain amount of money saved up so I could give my family the world that they truly deserve, or whether it's freeing myself from the 9-to-5 life that I've come accustomed to, or achieving the best physical shape possible. But over time, I realized that the steps that I was taking was really vague. I'd say I want $100,000 saved by a certain date, but I didn't break it down into actionable steps. And without a clear plan, I became very anxious and overwhelmed, which only led to me spiraling even more into more feelings of being stuck and running out of time. This cycle dragged me back into a fixed mindset, a mindset where I doubted my ability to change and improve. I hate saying this, but I really did accept what life threw at me. The most important thing that you can do right now is sit down and ask yourself, what do I truly want out of life? What am I willing to sacrifice temporarily to achieve these things? Write everything down. And then break it down into small, clear, actionable steps that don't leave you overwhelmed. For example, if you want $10,000 saved up for an emergency fund, start with these small steps first and come up with a road plan. Number one, it could be something like prioritizing paying off high interest debt. Number two, it could be cutting back on eating out and unnecessarily spending. And number three, it could be assessing if your current income is enough or if you need to pick up a part-time job to get you closer to these goals. Keep writing until you have a roadmap that feels actionable and aligned with your life. The key is direction. Direction matters more than speed, and so many people in this life are moving fast and going absolutely nowhere. Having a clear plan is like having a cheat code. It keeps you focused and helps you avoid, distractions in general. And remember, life doesn't always go as planned. As much as we want a clear path, unexpected challenges will arise. And that's the beauty of life. During these moments, remind yourself that it's okay to adjust. Don't give up, because every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life that you were working toward. And I want you to remember this: no matter how far you've wandered in life, you can always find your way if you have a direction. And lastly, I just wanted to touch upon why the journey matters. I feel like some of us just overlook this and we just focus on the end goal. But reclaiming your lost time isn't about making one big leap. It's about taking small, consistent steps every single day. These are things that don't happen overnight. And that's okay. It's all about the momentum that we're building that matters the most. For example, if your goal is to save $10,000, that first $100 might seem insignificant, but it's really not. It's proof that you're moving forward and that momentum is what keeps you going. This applies to everything in life, whether it's fitness, career, personal growth. Small wins are what keep you motivated and on track. It's really crucial. But here's the thing: only you know how far that you've come. Everyone's story is different, and every one of us has had to pick ourselves up from moments that felt unbearable. Celebrating these small wins is extremely crucial. What often happens without us even realizing it is that we compare our small victories to someone else's highlight reel. It makes our progress feel insignificant, especially when we think they've made it or have it all figured out. The truth, no one has it all figured out. Life happens to all of us. What matters is how we react. And on that note, take a moment to celebrate yourself right now. The fact that you've made it to this point of the video is a win in itself. You could have spent the last few minutes watching something extremely mindless, but you chose to take a big step forward. And that decision, however small it may seem in your eyes, it's a huge first step. And it deserves to be recognized, and I really hope you celebrate this small win here today. And guys, thank you very much for watching my video here today and giving me the chance to speak and connect with you guys. I really hope this video serves as a resource for people of all journeys and walks of life to come and visit. And on that note, guys, thank you guys very much. Till next time.